Anthony, thanks for joining us today.
Greg, thank you very much for having me.
SPI Energy Company is a global provider of green energy solutions for a broad range of customers. Let's start today's interview with an overview of your products and the global customers you serve.
Sure, I'll be happy to do that. SPI has been around for a few years. Our core businesses is in the solar projects. We have solar projects portfolio not only in the United States, but also in other parts of Asia and Europe. Namely, in the past, we helped build, develop, as well as transfer our projects. Most recently, we are in the business of investing in pre-development sale of these projects in order to be able to work with the market situation. We have a great wholesale business in Australia. We have a significant market share presence, and we provide solar components to residential customers. And our clients include other electricity companies in other parts of the world. And we are quite happy to be able to serve them. And as you bring it up, we are in the process of changing our business model away from a traditional solar business into something more exciting that can help increase our bottom line.
Let's talk about the value proposition, Anthony. Why should investors take an interest in SPI Energy today?
As a start, we are not a traditional solar company. Solar businesses, as in general, has it up and down. So this is the right time, we believe, as supported by our board, to reinvest our time, our resources in a brand new strategy. We are going to be looking at synergies between green energy and green product industries that we can invest in. And with the stable operating cash flows coming out from our solar portfolio, we are in the best position to reinvest into those green industries that has growth potential, as well as the ability to provide stable earnings and sustainability in those earnings for us. With me joining the company in July, I can work directly with our team to put disciplines and cash flows into the major focus. And that's why SPI Energy will be a very different stock to invest in for our new investors.
Now, changing directions a bit, could you give us some insight about this year's launch of the hemp cultivation business and the key advantages?
We are quite excited about this new direction. For years, we've been looking at improving the mix of our revenue stream as well as the mix of our profits. And with the change in the macroeconomic and political conditions here, hemp has been embraced now with new developments that will open up a brand new opportunity for our company. Particularly, we are now using the solar energy cash flows to reinvest into high growth businesses that are promising in terms of not only earnings, but also opportunities to connect with our synergies in our green energy situation. As a start, we are moving into the hemp cultivation. We are looking to have our first harvest in November. We are also into the CBD processing using hemp. And we're quite excited about this whole connection from cultivation and CBD processing so that we have a broader entry into this brand new market. And in the meantime, we are also pursuing meaningful strategic investment dialogue or acquisitions discussion to broaden our base and platform so that we be more successful in penetrating this very extensive market.
Speaking of the market, what makes SPI Energy's position unique in the market?
Well, we are different from a traditional solar company. What we have been trying to do as I joined the company is to put new focuses on earnings and sustainability of our profits. What we have not been able to do is to focus on high growth businesses that provide synergy to our core businesses. Yes, indeed, we are in the green energy space. But what we have not been able to do in the past is to connect with some of the green products and green industries that are synergetic in purposes. So we can reduce the operating cost by using solar and agriculture. Green agriculture is a wonderful entry point for us to be able to harvest some of our earnings and expertise in that area. And we are quite excited about the position we are because we have extensive experience in using solar and renewable energy in the same space.
Makes a lot of sense. Could you give us a brief overview of your background and tell us about some of the management on your team?
Yes, indeed. I joined the company in July this year. Very excited that I'm joined by two very experienced veterans in the solar businesses. By way of background, I'm a CPA by training with over 30 years of experience in audit, turnaround, as well as putting focus on controls, risk management into our operating practices. As a former audit partner and a former CFO for public companies, I have the experience to take the company forward, helping them not only in terms of public raise, but streamlining the balance sheet, working the cash flow in a positive way so that any reinvestments will be done prudently and carefully. We are also fortunate that we can bring all these experience into best practice so that with our Chairman CEO, Mr. Denton Pang, he is actually a recognized leader in the solar industry with more than 15 to 20 years of experience in the same space. He was a former CEO of a public company traded on NASDAQ. And our COO, Mr. H.K. Chung, is also a veteran in the solar industry. He has extensive hands-on experience in turning around businesses. So working with both of them, I'm very proud to have an opportunity to redo this business plan, to relaunch our business in a most exciting way so that we can focus on what investors are looking for and is sustainable earnings and profitability so that we will be able to show them quarter-over-quarter growth and how we tracked our progress through a prudent investment and strategic plan.
Now let's recap, Anthony. What's the main takeaway for our viewers? Why should they own SPI Energy stock today?
Well, SPI Energy is not a traditional solar company anymore. We are focusing on improving our margin. We are focusing on building fiscal discipline and cost controls and anything that people would have loved to see in a company of our size. We have the scale to be bigger. We have the ability to do things better. So with a renewed focus, with our steady cash flow from our U.S. solar projects platform, we have the great opportunity to reinvest our cash flows into new projects that are promising to give us a better mix in terms of our margin and also giving us the ability to have sustainable earnings in the long run.
It's a great story, Anthony. Thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me again. Appreciate it.